beautiful sunshines, it's Sunny Bunny here, and we are going to be reacting to my toughest year on YouTube, Jacksepticeye. A couple people, he just uploaded this not that long ago, and people have been asking me to react to this. It's very, very emotional, I hear. I've never seen really Jack cry on camera. It might just be in the stuff that he says. I don't know if he actually cries. But if he starts to cry, you're gonna hear it in my voice. I'm gonna start to cry because the amount of things that I have to be thankful for in this year is overwhelming. But let's get right into it.
2017. What a weird year.
Yeah, it was
completely all over the place, mixed bag of a year.
Yeah,
a year that felt like it went on forever.
Yep.
For me personally, not the best year. I'm just going to go out and say it. It's probably the worst year I've had on YouTube since I've started making videos. And I'm not saying that to exaggerate. I'm not saying that to overblow it or anything like that. It has been such an emotional roller coaster of a year. For me personally, if you had a great year, I am more than happy for you. I'm so glad that you had a good year. And I hope 2018 is an even better year for you. But me personally, I can't end this year without shaking some really weird feelings and without shaking some really weird mentalities and demons that are stuck inside my head that I just kind of need to get out there and leave them in 2017 and move on into 2018.
Understandable.
But let's go back through the year and let's go over some of the good things that happened. The first big thing that really happened this year for me was that I moved.
Yeah,
I'm in a completely brand new place. I'm in my own house.
Yep.
I was able to move across the water. It wasn't that far. But I still managed to move my entire life from one country to another country. And that is
Ireland
so huge for me. The only other person in my life personally and closely who had ever done that previously was my brother, my oldest brother, Malcolm, who I love dearly and who has given me so much great advice over this past year. And it's just, since I've started YouTube, he's been so encouraging. But he was the only other person I knew who kind of did that, who I knew on a personal level who did that. And it seemed like the scariest thing ever to do. But I finally did it myself this year. I always wanted to move. I wanted to go to a different place. I didn't feel like I was going to stay in Ireland forever. And moving was a really big deal for me. So that's such a huge positive part of my life in this year. Another really great, fantastic thing that happened to me this year was that I was asked to co-host the D23 Disney thing that was going on.
An awesome
convention, exhibition. They did a gaming side of stuff that they do every year. But this year was a pretty big one because we got to show off the new Spider-Man game.
Oh, that was
We got to show off the new Star Wars Battlefront game. We all know how that went afterwards. And then we also got to show off Kingdom Hearts 3, which was a really big deal. And it was something that I was so excited to do and so excited to challenge myself with because I've done some hosting gigs here and there, but this was a really big one. And there was a lot of pressure involved, but it was such a nice challenge to be able to get my teeth into and just sit there until 2 a.m. in the morning talking to these people back and forth and how we could craft the show into a cool thing and just giving in my own thoughts and receiving their feedback and everything. It was a really cool experience and I'm really grateful that I got to do it and I really want to do more stuff like that going forward. And the fact that we got to, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 was by far the biggest thing going on. Me personally, Spider-Man was the biggest thing. I love Kingdom Hearts as well, but a new Spider-Man game made by Insomniac is a really big deal. So getting to do that was a really cool experience. It was really good practice. It was really good knowledge. I'm so grateful for that opportunity. I also got to go on tour twice. I got to go on my own personal tour for like 3 shows just to test out and see how it's going. And going into 2018, we're going to rock that baby hard. And we're going to really go full force at that and tour it around all over the place.
I really hope I can get tickets for that.
Keep an eye out for that. But getting to do that was a really cool experience because I was so outside my comfort zone. I had never done anything that I had like written material for that we've worked on and had a structure to and a theme to and all these different types of things. So there's a lot of pressure to just get up on stage on my own and carry a whole show for an hour and a half.
I bet.
It was obviously a lot easier to do because all of you guys were there. Some of you guys were there. And just knowing that you guys were out in the audience and you were there to see the Jacksepticeye show really eased my nerves. But I was still very scared to do it. And I'm so glad that I did. And it's another challenge that I overcame this year. And I'm very glad I did it. It was such good practice because also right after that, I got to go on the Ready Player 3 tour with the Game Grumps all around Europe. And very rarely do you ever get to tour Europe in general, just as a facet of life.
Yeah.
But here I was doing it because I played video games in my bedroom one time and it ballooned into this huge thing that I'm here now talking to this gigantic community of people. And it just blew my mind. I think it was when we got to Norway. I was kind of just walking around the fort. And we visited a fort, by the way.
Okay.
I was just walking around. I turned to the people and I was like, isn't it weird that we all just loved video games and we started making videos on them?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now we're touring Europe and we're here in Norway.
It's
like I never thought I ever got to go to a place like Norway ever.
Yeah.
And it was just such a surreal experience. And I'm so thankful to be able to do my own tour, but to be able to do that tour with those guys as well. I have grown so much because of that. I have gained so much knowledge and so much experience going through those events that I will likely never ever forget, and I'm going to be able to utilize them going forward into the tours next year.
Yeah.
And they were just such a cool experience to be able to do. I'd be able to meet all you guys and be able to be part of something that meant so much to so many people.
Yeah.
Blew me away. And the last really cool thing that we got to do this year was the charity stream that we did a couple of weeks back. The Jacksepticeye Holiday Special. I think, was that the full title of it? I think so.
I don't know.
We did the charity stream for Save the Children, and that was an glorious success.
Yeah, that went really well.
That went so goddamn well, and I'm so pleased with that. I'm so proud of it. I'm so thankful for everyone who was involved in that. I made a vlog talking about this already, but I'm so thankful for everybody who was involved in that. I'm so thankful for my friends who came out to be part of it.
Yeah.
And I'm just so proud that this thing that I had an idea for came to fruition, and it went so well.
Yeah, it did.
I really wanted it to do well, and it blew away my expectations. You guys were phenomenal. Thank you for being a part of that and for being part of such a memorable thing and literally changing so many children's lives. And going forward, I want to do more stuff like that as well. But that really was a great rounding off to what was already some really cool experiences that I had this year.
Yeah.
But this has been the most trying year that I've ever gone through.
Oh, Jack!
Why? The most trying year that I've ever gone through mental health wise. There's so many things that happened this year, and so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and so much stuff that you don't get to see, or I can't talk about, or I wish I could talk about, but for certain reasons here and there, it either won't go down well, or it won't sound good, or I don't know. Lots of different things that go on that just have really worn me down this year.
Oh, I bet.
And I didn't even realize that it was such a bad thing until recently, where over Christmas, I decided I was going to take some time off for Christmas. I wanted to take time off for Christmas anyway, just because, I don't know, it's Christmas time. It's a time for just relax.
Yeah.
Rest and relaxation is what I'm trying to say. And I wanted to just take some time off for me. And it was the first time that I'd been properly alone
for
he didn't
a really,
go
really
home.
long time. Oh, I thought he went home.
It was by choice. A lot of people said that it was really sad that I was home alone and that I had nobody at Christmas. But I could have gone back to see some of my family. I could have gone with her to see her family and everything. But I needed some me time.
That's understandable.
Because, as I said, so much went on this year that I felt like that I needed to just sit and think. I needed to be alone with my thoughts for a little while. And I planned on being like a 2-day thing. I planned on just not uploading videos on either the 24th and 25th or the 25th and the 26th. And then it wasn't until I actually got into taking some time off that I realized how much I really needed it.
Yeah.
That I took some time off earlier in the year to go on tour.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really a break.
No.
It was just...
That's one less thing you had to worry about.
Work to a certain degree because you were still out performing for people. You were still out meeting a bunch of people. And I didn't really get some time alone to myself. And I hugely value my alone time. I hugely value being able to just sit and reflect on my own thoughts and work some stuff out in my head. When I was here alone and I wasn't making videos, as I said, I didn't realize how much I needed that until it actually happened.
Really?
Because... so much stuff had been going on this year, and I don't think I realized how much it was wearing me down until I sat and thought about it. Until I just had nothing else to do to distract myself with.
Yeah.
Because anyone who knows me knows that I'm a workaholic, knows that I pour my absolute being into the stuff that I do, into the YouTube videos that I make. And sure, a lot of people would argue, well, they're just Let's Plays, but you don't realize how much effort it takes to be able to do this twice a day, every single day, at the exact same time every day, to keep up that sort of schedule.
Yeah.
Because while you might love doing it, and I love it dearly, I absolutely adore doing what I do, it does take a toll on you after a while. Some sort of mental exhaustion, some sort of with so many people talking to you all the time, with so many people pulling out of you all the time in so many different directions. And if whenever I'm making my videos, they go up and then you guys obviously get to watch them. And that's such a cool experience to be able to see the feedback from you guys immediately.
Yeah.
It's one of the best parts of doing YouTube.
And that's what I love about it.
But when the videos are made and when I stop recording them, like my day doesn't end there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, afterwards, any stuff that I'm trying to do with like Disney or Maker, any projects that I'm doing with people in America, that's when they wake up. Is when I finish making my videos.
That is true.
It's still work hours like after that you have to talk to people and you have to get into meetings, you have to get into calls, and you have to organize all this stuff and go through emails and everything. And believe me, I know that these are the most first world problems that a person can have. They're very good problems to have in a way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, with so much of it going on
That's
all
true.
the time, it did wear me down.
Oh, I bet.
Because each day, whenever I woke up, when I had nothing else to do, when I wasn't making videos, or because normally when I wake up, I just go straight into my work. I go straight into making thumbnails or making videos or something. But because I didn't have any of that to do, my mind just started racing and started wandering and started doing all these different things that, for the first time, I think, ever, it started to scare me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, I started to peruse over all the things that had happened since I started making YouTube videos, and all the stuff that I have either neglected or that I've turned down, or that I feel like some opportunities have passed.
Aww.
And that I can't do them again.
Yeah.
It's hard to put into words.
Oh, I bet.
It was hard to just get my head around it at all. But all this stuff just started to happen, and I sat there and I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Why am I thinking this way? What's happening?
Yeah.
And I got very, very emotional for the first few days.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of just sat in a slump. And I got to a point where I started to think, I'm like, man, do I actually have depression at this point? Am I actually that upset?
Jack.
Am I that lost? Am I that confused about what's going on? And as I said, because I didn't have videos or anything to run away to, and I didn't want to either.
Yeah.
Because it felt like something that I actually had to confront for the first time. And throughout the year, I had kind of felt it. I kind of felt like some of the stuff I was making, I don't know, I felt like I could have been trying a lot more. I felt like my mental health was just deteriorating over the year. And it's also because I always try and stay so positive about everything. I try to stay so upbeat. I try to stay so... I try to see the good in everything. And I try to see the silver lining in all these things that are happening.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think I was just putting too much pressure on myself.
You do.
To kind of do that. And I wasn't giving myself any time to think or to breathe or to just absorb and reflect on what was going on. And over like the course of the year, I felt like I was getting worse and worse. And then I think when I actually took the time off and I didn't have anywhere else to run to, because normally I wake up and I do my videos immediately.
Yeah.
And I just get straight into work and I work all day.
Yeah.
When that didn't happen, I started to just feel so lost, and my brain started to go into overdrive and started to think about all these different things. And that's the first time that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Normally I know exactly where I am. I know what's going on. I know where to go. I know what to work towards. But this time it was the first time it actually started to scare me.
Crying. You're gonna make me cry.
Because I started to doubt my own self-worth. I started to doubt so many different things that were going on with me. I started to go over situations that had happened during the year and started making them all my own fault in my head. And
Jack.
How to fix them and different things. It was weird, and I started to worry then that I wasn't the same person anymore.
Oh.
This is stupid.
No.
Because I've always tried to be upbeat and positive and tried to look at the best in absolutely everything.
Yeah.
And try to give off that energy to you guys and pass on that sort of positivity. And I felt like this year I wasn't trying my hardest to do that.
Oh,
because
Jack, no.
different things inside my head started to get me down.
Oh my god.
That's where this comes in. That's where Let's Make 2018 amazing comes in. Because I'm so fucking done feeling like that. I'm done questioning myself. I'm so done worrying about so many different things.
Yep.
Because all these things that I've turned down and all these things that not pursued to the best of my abilities, or I've kind of held myself back on. I've just either been worried about how people take it, or I'm worried that I just don't deserve half the stuff that has come my way. Or all this stupid nonsense that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. That in 10 years' time, I'll probably regret not doing them. So going forward into 2018, I am ready to kick the absolute shit out of this year. I am ready. Taking this like time off has completely reinvigorated me. It's completely given me some sort of motivation and drive. I think not having to do something for a little while has kind of sparked some sort of passion back into me, and trying to get over this stuff. And of course I'm not fully over it. You don't just get over stuff like that. And I'm definitely going to seek some sort of help for that stuff next year to try and get my brain in some sort of working order. But I felt like it was such a good thing to take that time off now, getting ready to go into next year, because I feel like my brain is in a good place to actually start working fully, properly, and in a much more productive and positive way again. So, as I said at the start of this video, so many great things happened to me this year. And I need to focus on those. I need to, going into next year, I really need to just focus on the good things that are happening and make even greater things happen.
Take your time
not just for myself, but for this channel and for this community. I'm so motivated to work so hard. The hardest I have ever been willing to work doing YouTube, because this year has been such a wake-up call. Not only like for my complacency with everything, but also just I feel like I can do so much better going forward, and I will. And YouTube this year, just in general, has been a very weird place to be part of. It's very dismal, it's very dour, there's a very sour atmosphere going around on the platform now because of all the adpocalypse and demonetization.
See, for them, for me, I've just been getting very uplifting things.
Wholly. But everyone's kind of just down, and it kind of saps your creative energy, and everyone's just feeling the brunt of it at this point. And if you do YouTube and you do it long enough and you do it so regularly, it's very hard not to attach your own self-worth to your channel. Because at least me personally, you put so much of yourself into what you do. I put so much of my own personality into the videos I make.
Oh, definitely.
And then if YouTube turns around and it hammers down in this video that you've worked so hard on, you've put so much energy into, it is hard not to separate that and not to let it hit yourself personally. But you can't let yourself feel that way. Because some of this stuff is just out of your control. Sometimes these things happen, and sometimes, stuff's not going to go the way you want it to. But that's no reason to not still try your best. There's still so many people out there who depend on you and look up to you, that trying your best is still going to affect them greatly. So I try to remind myself all the time of you guys out there who watch this content, who watch this channel, and who watch YouTube in general, that all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes, that it doesn't really affect you all that much. It affects the YouTubers you're watching. But at the end of the day, I still want to try my best to make you proud and to make good content for you. And if stuff like that does happen, I'm going to deal with it. And we can talk about it when it does happen. But again, I'm not going to let it stop me from trying my best going forward. And I'm so goddamn ready. I'm so pumped for this year. I have so many things in the works. I keep saying that, but I'm like, everything's kind of in place now, and we're ready to start getting moving on it. The tour is one thing. I have some other projects that I fucking really wish I could talk about, but I don't want to jinx them, and I don't want to ruin them either. So they're going to happen when they happen. And I'm trying to make them the best that they possibly can be, and I think you guys are going to be really impressed with them, and you're really going to like them as well. But my God, I'm going to give the fucking energy of the sun back into the world this year. I'm going to be such a beacon of positivity for everybody out there involved. I'm going to try and motivate myself, motivate you. We're all going to make this a fantastic year. You out there as well. All of us together are going to make this such a good year. This is our year. This year is going to be my fucking bitch. I'm going to kick the shit out of everything that's happening this year in the most positive and most glorious way possible. I'm going to move forward into this year, leave all that sour garbage behind me, and just make this a fantastic year for myself and for everybody out there who is joining me on this journey as well, who is part of this wonderful, fantastic community, who has given me so much over the years, and I'm trying my best every day to give back.
Yeah.
And this year, I'm sorry if I let you down in that regard. I am going to try so much harder next year.
You
so
never let us down,
pillars
Jack.
moving forward. 4 pillars that you need to remember going forward into 2018.
Okay.
We're going to focus on the good.
Yes.
We're going to keep that mentality going.
Yes.
That the littlest good thing that happens to us, we're going to focus on that and let that be the spark inside us for this year.
Okay.
We're going to keep our PMA. We're going to keep our positive mental attitude going forward.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Year. Sure, some stuff might get us down.
Yeah.
And it's okay to feel down.
Yeah.
You don't have to be 100% happy all the time. Nobody is. Nobody's perfect. No. You're allowed to feel sad. But just remember that let's keep focusing on the good after that. That after we get sad, that there is still some light left in the world that we can work towards. Also, self-care.
Yeah.
That's something I've been neglecting for myself for so long. And as evident from this vlog and this year and the break I just took, it's so incredibly important. You need to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Not only physically through exercise and eating well or any of that stuff, but also in here.
Yep.
This is probably the most important thing that you have, which is your own mental health.
Yep.
And if that starts to deteriorate, everything else stems from that, and that will deteriorate as well.
Yep.
So you got to work on that. Whether it's personally, whether you sit down and you work on yourself and you find some sort of positive thing that you can work on, even meditation or anything. They all sound cliche, they all sound dumb, but they work. And if you need to get professional help, then look into that as well. Because, and I'm going to be doing that this year. I'm definitely going to start going to see a therapist this year, just because I think it's important to be able to do.
Yeah.
It's better to be able to figure out how to overcome hard obstacles when they happen with the tools necessary, rather than having the hard things happen and then trying to unravel it afterwards. Because that is such a harder battle to overcome.
Yeah.
And maybe you're there already, it's still worth seeking.
Yeah, it is.
Because just like you clean your house, just as they say in Rick and Morty, just like you wipe your ass, looking after your own mental health is such a good cleaning mental process to do. So take care of yourselves out there in every way, shape, and form. And the last thing that's on my list to keep focusing on this year is working hard, working more, working in such a productive way.
That's what this channel's gonna get.
So many times I'm like, there's deadlines coming up, or there's a convention coming up, or there's all these things that I want to do, but I'm so worried about my schedule or something.
Yeah.
Everything's off the table this year. Everything's to play for. I'm just going to work so super hard in the most productive way that I can, in the best way that makes the most amount of sense for me. So there you have it. That's 2017 over and done with. Let's make 2018 amazing. Let's make it a fantastic year. I'm sorry that this video is so goddamn long, but I had a lot to get off my mind, and I have a lot that I just want to leave behind. And let's move forward into the new year. And let's rock it. Okay, let's go. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and Happy New Year. And I forget what the rest of my outro is right now, but punch that like button in the face! Like a buzz! And high fives all around. Thank you guys, now we'll see all you dudes!
Oh my gosh. Oh, Jack. I've never seen him cry on camera. I want to talk to you guys a little bit after this video is over, too.
Had a lot of burps in the middle of that outro. But yeah, 2018.
Okay, so that was, wow. I did get emotional on that one. Holy shit. But as going off of Jack was saying, this channel has come so far this year. And I couldn't do it without you guys. I mean, I was just like, I think just a couple months ago, I was just like, oh, maybe my channel's not good enough anymore. Maybe just people stop watching it. And that was when I was at like 280 subscribers. I'm now at 412 subscribers in like 2 months. That blows my mind. And you guys have continued, like I just said in my last vlog, in my last video, I just gained like 12 subscribers in like 2 days. That blows my mind, and how much this community has come together and has not made it only good for me, but also good for you guys. So many of you have been saying that I'm your inspiration to restart your channel, or to start doing reaction videos, and that makes my heart melt every time you guys say that. And it's so sweet for you guys to say that, and 2017 has been a very bad year in the beginning and stuff like that, and so many bad things have happened in 2017 that I kind of want to just leave behind me, and just make good again. And I just want to start this year, and I know this year's gonna end well, and we're all gonna be positive, and we're gonna go into 2018 being new and happy and working our hardest, and that's what you're gonna get out of this channel next year. You're gonna see me uploading every single day, twice a day. You might see my webcam in some of them. I might try to do some new projects if you guys want me to. I am just gonna try to make this channel the best it can be, and you guys, that's what you guys deserve. You guys deserve the best out of me, because you guys make me feel like I can do anything, and it's you guys that make me feel like that. So I am so glad that you guys are here with me to go into 2018 with me, and I'm just so happy where I am right now. So hopefully you guys are gonna have a great New Year's. I know that I'm always here for you guys if you ever need me. And hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, and tomorrow starts the new year, so let's make it great. So hopefully you guys have a great rest of your year and a great rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Stay sunny, everybody.